No, but I can fake it.
What cost is
Some
that?
of us passed the Christmas save.
Some of us sure didn't.
Some of us wish they could have kept their original role.
Whoops. So who would like to
At
remind
least
us what
I
happened
didn't
last
roll
week?
one.
We
We had a fight.
for varying definitions of succeeded, we succeeded.
Uh-huh.
I mean, nobody permanently died, so that's good. We met with Arlen, the not cleric of Ayun, who seemed to perhaps be under the sway of Igwul.
Igwil, yep.
I'm pronouncing that anywhere in the vicinity. We decided to go after her in the morning. Zoe got a headache from a tree, and then we did that, and everything hurts. But we still have more things to do. First among which is make sure that all the kids are accounted for, and none of them are, in distressing places.
Current situation is everyone is very tired, but alive and conscious. The Witch King is not dead.
Nope.
Is
I turned the sword around and bonked her instead of stabbing her.
Yeah. She is still very hurt, but she is not dead.
Aoife is the name. And Kara, we were looking for the kids in the room. We don't know how that went.
Yeah.
So. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to start if you had some other recap stuff to.
Nope.
Okay. In that case, as you are all taking a second to recover from this last fight, Zoe, Rizwin, Pert, Fire, Emma, and Nellis are all considered charmed. You do not know that you are charmed. You just feel like, hey, maybe this lady is like not so bad. You're not like fanatically into her or anything. But, she seems okay.
I fell with a 20. Wait.
I failed with a 22.
Who did
do you have what was the +5 from?
From being psychophaned.
Oh, yeah. In that case, Zoe is not charmed.
So Zoe and Camille are not charmed.
Correct.
The two people with high charisma, shockingly, are not charmed.
Yeah.
I want to say that I had this thought of before. I think once fire looks like, okay, no one is actively dying, the danger is over, that lady seems cool. Glad that we didn't kill her. I need to check on the Kara and the kids. I don't want them to be surprisingly in another fight, so I'm gonna I'm gonna announce, hey, I'm gonna check on that, and I'm gonna rush there.
Is Camille actively still unconscious?
No, he was brought back to his feet with 28 hit points, and he is now at 98 because he healed the fuck out of himself because he still doesn't trust this being.
Okay.
I just to be clear, at the end of session last time, I healed everyone for 23.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what got me to my feet. Was that 23 hit points?
Okay. I just see that you still have the X through your character.
Yeah, no, I should not
fix that. Okay. Fire goes rushing off to see how Kara and Aoife are handling the kids. The other two kids that are still in here, one of them goes. Well, they both go running up to the Witch Queen. One of them like goes up to her and like starts shaking her shoulders and says, "Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!" And the other starts kicking Rizwin in the shins.
So Pert, when the charm effect hit, probably would have started to do just a medical once-over on her, not trying to wake her up or anything, just doing a stabilization and bleed-out check.
Okay. Make a medicine roll.
I just realized that Alma has advantage against being charmed.
Then you should roll again.
Yeah, you are an elf.
I didn't know it was a charm.
Actually, aren't elves immune to being charmed?
They have advantage.
Oh, that changed.
No, they're immune to being put to sleep.
Sleep, yes. Correct.
Didn't do much better.
Much better.
Would you say this shin kicking does any damage?
No, it stings a little bit.
I'm gonna.
I think Rizwin is just kind of in the fetal position with all the other stinging happening at the moment.
Zoe, do you want to get them calmed down before I try to remove any influence on them?
Yeah, Zoe goes up and just tries to get closer to her side and asks if any of them are the missing children they know of, like the names they know of. Just try and talk to them.
The girl who is at the Witch Queen's side started to ask Pert a question. She said, "But I'm Cammy. Why did you hurt Auntie?"
Zoe just tries to explain what exactly was happening, but in child form. Like, explain the controlling emotions, explain that people are missing them.
Cammy the Elder was worried about her.
The person who was actually taking care of her was wondering about them.
Little ones in the place are scared without them.
She describes the pipes in their home so they actually know that she's been there and talked to people.
I was gonna go back and visit. I was having fun with Auntie. You didn't need to hurt her for that.
What happened every time you tried to go? You wanted to go home, go back and visit.
I did want to go home.
But did you ever try and actually go?
No.
Do you remember what day it is and how long you've been visiting?
Kind of motion for Pert to.
Bert does not appear to be aware that you exist.
I like it here. I don't like you. You're mean.
I understand why you'd like it here. Look at all the books. It's an amazing library. She's probably told you a lot of neat stories. I'd love to listen to her tell a story too, but how long have you been visiting? When did you last eat?
Last night.
That's good. What'd you have? Pert is continuing to bandage and treat the witch.
Shawarma.
Is there any left over? Maybe we can reheat it afterwards to make sure that Auntie gets a good meal.
I don't think there's any left. What are you doing, mister?
We'll be trying to make sure that Auntie's okay now that everything's done and no one's getting hurt anymore.
We tried, and Camille kneels down in front of him, takes his helmet off so he doesn't look nearly as frightening. We tried very hard to ask her to let you go home, and she would not let you go home.
I don't want to. This is home.
But you just said that And I reach out and just kind of touch her shoulder and use
She
cleansing touch.
tries to back away from you.
Okay, he still taps her,
Mhm.
even if it comes off as accidentally. But you said you wanted to go home.
No, I didn't.
You said a little while ago. You said like Cammy the older was missing you. The little ones didn't one of them have like a dolphin plushie? Was it?
Gosh, she took care of a lot of plushies.
Yeah, he just makes up several plushies that probably exist. They were really. They're the ones who sent us to find you. They were really worried about you.
I'm fine.
Okay, well maybe you should go. Maybe we take you to go see them so they know you're fine.
I'm not leaving Auntie. Not now. She kind of hugs her arm. The other kid is just like beating on Rizwin ineffectually.
Zoe is trying to help, but at the same time, she's also sitting down and having an hour-long break.
I also pick that child up gently and use cleansing touch and place them down so that they're beating on someone who's not an inch from death.
Okay. What does cleansing touch do?
It removes any spell effect on a creature, basically.
Please put it in chat.
Yeah. It's also weird because are charmed creatures willing? That's been the biggest conversation I've ever seen around cleansing touches. Are they? Aren't they? Who knows?
Make a Arcana check, please, Camille. Yes, this kid does continue to beat on you ineffectually.
Okay. You'll get tired eventually.
Because Pert is trying to do medical care, he will get the child that's trying to hug the witch to start helping him with wrapping bandages and stuff.
Okay. She seems very happy to help.
Pert, let me know when she's about to regain consciousness.
That's for Rizwin.
Double my hit points.
I like the fact that I finally get a good roll on this outside of combat.
With Pert's earlier medical, would he have an idea of how long minimum before the witch has a chance of waking up?
If this was a human, you would say a few hours, but this is not a human, and so you are less sure.
We might have.
You're pretty sure that your actions are having a positive effect.
She's bound up, right?
If she isn't, she's
Not at the
about to be.
moment.
Currently, Pert is applying medical aid and cannot have the patient bound.
That's not acceptable.
Yeah, she's. As soon as she's stable, Pert, you need to bind her hands and gag her.
I think she was gagged, actually, by Rizwin before, but I could be misremembering.
No, we haven't gotten to that point yet.
Argue that we need to not gag her so we can talk to her?
Do you want to... No, yeah, fair. Blindfolded.
If I was ungagged, I wouldn't be where I was when I woke up in bounds.
We have questions to ask her. I do agree with Rizman though. So,
all right, then we'll go talk to her in a dream.
That could be dangerous as well. We have her here It's a risk we need to take. I am also not sure any spells I can use to protect her, protect us from her, would function in the dream properly.
While you all are discussing that, Fire.
Wow.
You bump into Kara in the hallway.
Hey.
Are you okay? There was a lot of
Oh, yeah.
noise.
Oh yeah, it was a big one. It was a big one. But I'm okay. Everyone's okay. Most of. How are you?
Okay. The kids are a bit unruly. Aoife's doing his best to keep control of them. They all seem fine, they're healthy. There's no kid skeletons or anything. I don't know.
Okay, fair. Do you think if I can handle it by itself for a little
Uh,
bit?
sure.
Okay, let's go. We knock out the witch. I don't know. Perry's doing some healing on her.
Wait, she's not dead?
No, she's really cool. I mean, we'd have to knock her down to talk to her, but she seems nice.
Okay. Well, I guess we were able to talk to the River Baron.
Yeah, right. Maybe she also can have some sort of deal. I don't know. I was worried, like, because she had some minions. I was worried that there was something guarding the kids. That's that's why I was working here.
I mean, I don't. Not that we could see, anyways. Well, why don't we go
Yeah. Let's go.
see how it's going? He gives Fire a bit of a weird look that he can't see as they both come back into the space while you guys are talking about what to do with the Witch Queen.
Like the camera looks at fire and her and in his back, and she has a weird look.
Mhm.
Cool.
What are we trying to get out of talking to her?
Ultimately, to make sure that all the children are accounted for and none were hurt,
And why do we believe she's not going to lie?
because I'll be able to tell if she's lying.
Nah, she wouldn't lie. Hello.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, yes, she would. She called the children hers.
Yeah, but it's the meaning. She cares, I guess.
Fire.
Hmm.
Give me one logical reason why she wouldn't lie.
It's a semantic fight.
I'm bad with words. Ask her. Per disagree with me,
I'm
right?
asking. He's looking dead straight at you. I'm asking you.
I don't know what you want from me. I don't know.
Like I said, it's a semantic fight. She called them her children because she was taking care of them,
Why?
regardless of whether they
defending her?
belong to her or not.
Zoe, can you come over here for a minute?
And when they come up, I talk with her. Dad, I know, right? Like
So he goes and has a
attack our
whisper
mother with the
conversation.
tree, she will be angry.
Kara is actually going to go up to the kid that is trying to
Beat her brother.
beat somebody senseless and grab his hands and try to gently talk him down.
And out of earshot, the others and Celestial, because there's only two other people in the party that can speak it currently. What was that?
I want to get her away from them.
Can you?
I have one spell left.
No, I know you can do it. You don't need a spell to do it. Can you determine if they're enchanted?
I need 10 minutes to do that.
We can bullshit for 10 minutes.
Okay, let's go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just basically go bullshit and keep them busy for 10 minutes.
Before they separate, keep Pert away from her.
Okay. Pert,
Get him
Have
looking
you
at
switched
books.
back from Celestial, or are you still in Celestial?
he's in common. He would switch.
Pert is in the middle of scraping something together and slipping it into the witch's mouth, and he looks over. Oh, sorry, 2 seconds.
Okay,
Okay.
she's fine.
Yep.
I need you to do something that's much more important. I need you to look through the book she's got here.
No problem. Pert
I got
dusts
this,
his
sir.
hands off and wanders in your direction.
I reassure Pert. Don't worry. I also know medicine. I can help her.
I think she's basically stabilized now. I just don't know when she's going to wake up. So
Okay,
keep an
then.
eye for the changing in her breathing patterns. If you check her pulse via her wrist, you might notice an increase. That'll be your biggest sign, I think. If she's like humans. If she's more like goblins, the pulse might not change at all. And Pert will then follow you over.
So he doesn't trust anything that's happening right now besides the tall, dark, and angry one. Shoot. Yes, he is.
Dark, aka brooding.
He might be doing better, but he's still a broody boy. Zoe's going to do her magical girl transformation and try a fly away with her.
Like violently?
Okay.
What?
Other
Let's see the
words,
spell. So you're literally just picking her up and flying off.
yes. She wants to get separation between these people and her.
Okay.
Well, to be clear of what fire would do, like the charming is not to aggressively defend her, right?
Correct.
Nope.
I feel like fire would be confused more than anything. Like, wait, why are you doing that? Also, is Rizwin and Anama also charmed, right?
Everyone but Zoe and Kamel are charmed. And presumably Kara. She was out of the area of influence.
Zoe's logic for why she trusts Kamal is because he has the same issues as she does with it. But at the same time, she does not like that everybody seems to be acting weird and she just wants to put some space between them.
Rizwin's not acting weird.
Rizwan hasn't said shit, so we don't know.
Rizwin said that she probably shouldn't be gagged because we need to talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That seems
Okay.
fairly reasonable.
Pert
Good thing
walked
that he
away
knows.
from his medical work now that he thinks she's stabilized.
Where's Zoe taking her within 1 minute? Is my question.
Where does she do with anything? She goes to a roof.
In the same room?
No, she's gonna try and get out of the building. I'm pretty sure somebody
Zoe,
Like, I feel like she just grabbed her and run off. And I
Yep.
look at the rest, including Carmela, like, what the hell happened? Why? What? Is she being controlled? She must be in control. We need to save her.
Shush.
What, no?
I would like to follow Zoe just in case.
Pert will.
Okay, Rizwan runs after Zoe and the Witch Queen.
I'll stay here and do an inventory of the books. I don't know whether or not you want to leave someone else to watch the kids or not.
No, all of you stand in front of me.
You
Sure.
are hard casting this, yes?
I am hard casting this.
Okay.
Sorry, my
you-
audio cut for 30 seconds.
No, it's okay. You do detect a faint, extra magical effect on Amma Melis. Rizwan's not there anymore. Pert, Fire, and now Kara.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, fine.
What?
Line up. You're all enchanted.
Roll call right now? Dude, you're being...
I clap fire on the shoulder and use cleansing touch.
Fire, you feel no different.
What? It's not the moment for this kind of things. Like, are we running there to... I don't know what Saw is doing or not. And what about the kids?
Okay, everyone fine. Line up. This is annoying me.
Pert is busy looking at the books.
Bert,
I give
come
the
here.
side
Come
eye
here.
to
Bert, come here.
Armand.
Come here.
I'll come over when I'm
Like-
done inventorying the books.
No.
Are you well, friend? Maybe you need... Okay.
Fine.
Maybe. This is...
The rest of you over to Pert. Now.
Okay, I'm going
Okay.
prepared. But I feel like you're being a little irrational. I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic just in case you're...
Okay, how about this, Fire? Just to be safe, you cast a spell magic on all of us. Just
I'm
in
gonna waste
case.
those spells, but
No,
I'll
you
do
can
it.
use it in an area.
You can use it in an area to dispel one magical effect.
Just try not to dispel Hero's Feast.
Okay, I'll try it. I'll even cast a level 4.
Go for it.
I'll cast it.
Everybody just stands on one square. Hugs around each other.
Put the dispel magic in the chat. Fire, you do not see that your dispel magic has dispelled anything.
See? There's nothing wrong. And also, there's nothing wrong with you, apparently. You also...
Okay, so what if we have to kill this Fae in case of emergency?
Whoa! Why are we killing her?
What if she attacks us?
Come on, why you
What
always
if
so
she
violent?
doesn't?
Camille,
Violence.
in the last 5 minutes, you've ordered me away from a medical patient to go inventory books. You then accused us all of being under magical effects. You then changed
'Cause
your
you
mind
are.
and started to declare that we're all under magical effects, and we might have to
are.
kill a person we already have unconscious and prisoner.
You are.
I just cast the thing. I'm sure you're ready to need to. I think Zoe is the one. She just took it away.
Why don't you go after Rizwind with fire and check out to make sure Zoe's okay?
Fine.
Yeah, and you keep the Bert. You stay here. Amma, you also stay here with Kara and take care of the kids. I feel like Isha is gonna have some problems with the amount of kids around.
It's just-
Okay, let's go, Camille. I want to feel like it's a little bit comical, like walking down the hallway,
just-
like
Yeah.
Shrugs
fire.
he shrugs your shoulder off, your hand off his shoulder, and just starts marching down the hallway outside.
Yeah, and fire start like, okay, now I'm gonna be the adult, and I'm gonna say you should be more respectful and more careful and blah 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 blah.
He does not acknowledge the words that come out of your mouth.
Yeah, it's okay.
The funny thing is, charm effect described as it is, I think Pert would still be okay with having to kill the witch, but only if the witch actually caused danger in his presence.
But she's so friendly.
Yeah, I know. That's why you wouldn't want to hurt her unless she was causing danger.
She wouldn't cause danger. She's not.
I
that
sure
type of
hope not.
person.
She seems so nice.
Okay, so Fire and Kamal have gone off after Zoe. leaving Pert.
Ramiel was outside, so I'm sure he probably saw a streak of light go off somewhere.
Leaving Pert and Amma to help Kara with the kids and also Aoife with the kids.
Question: how fast is the broom?
It's not on a broom.
Oh, so you're just 60 feet?
Yeah, she's got wings. So I think she's
Transform form has 40 feet.
Okay, I probably have to burn Expeditious Retreat to keep up with Zoe.
Okay. Yeah. Going back a little bit, Zoe, where do you take her?
outdoor, up, and try to go back so she can get line of sight quickly. And then she, with whatever time she's got left, she's gonna hog tie, blindfold, gag, everything she can do, and with what magical strength she has.
I'm just doing some calculations here.
On like the side of the building?
Yeah, where you said you were flying onto a roof. Are you on the roof of the temple? Are you on a roof of a nearby building?
What you do is carry, fly, go out the first door, and then she'd go straight up. Then she would back, so she'd double back on herself, but up some levels. If all she can do is if she feels like all she has time to do is get onto the roof, she'd stop there.
Okay.
If not, she'd go as within reasons, just to try and get some space and line of sight between her and anybody who possibly could follow.
I don't have a climb speed.
And once she has
this
done,
Mm.
how strong is this charm? And do we have a dragon climbing up the side of a temple in the middle of a city now?
I don't think it's that strong. You can roll if you want. I don't think it's that strong.
Okay, well, I guess the first question is, do I see where they went?
Make a perception check.
Where did that plus 10 come from?
With an 8, by the time you get outside, you have no idea where Zoe went.
it added pass with a trace.
Sneaky perception.
Does Zoe know she was being followed by Rizwin?
You can also make me a perception check.
Great. The blind following, blind perceiving the blind.
You heard somebody running up behind you. You know it wasn't Camille or Kara because you didn't hear the clang of plate armor, but other than that, you're not entirely sure who it was.
Well, I guess then the follow-up question is, do I think that Zoe poses any sort of threat to the Witch Queen?
I mean, you know Zoe pretty well. You think that probably not, but like people are acting weird right now, so
Okay. I knew she was flying, so I'm just gonna try to climb the tallest building in the vicinity to see if I can spot where she went.
okay, are you just like straight scaling a building? Or are you looking for something with like a fire escape or some sort of ladder on the side?
I'm not spending extra time to find that, but if I see one, I'll use it.
Okay. Make me either a perception or investigation check. That's pretty good. There's some like pipes on the outside of not the temple, but one of the buildings nearby that you think you can scale up pretty easily. You're not sure if that's where she went, but it'll get you up.
Yeah, so I'm trying to just locate at this point. So
just make an athletics check.
Up we go.
Oh yeah, you are easily able to scale that building, and then looking around, you are pretty sure you see Zoe. There's at least 2 figures on the roof of the temple. Zoe, you were able to get up to the roof of the temple, and set her down basically just as the spell was running out.
Was I able to get any hog tying in?
I will say that you can have hog-tied her.
And then she gags her.
Okay.
And then she blindfolds her. Zoe knows how dangerous she is as a magic user, which means she's going to try and counteract a magic user.
Mm-hmm.
And then my next plan had been to pull out the notebook and send Rizwan a message being like, hey, I don't trust Camille, meet me here. And was going to send her far fuck away, hoping she brings everybody with her.
Am I able to get to the roof of the temple from where I am, or do I have to go down and back up?
You would need to make it one hell of an athletics check to make that jump. It's like... No, I don't think you can make that jump. It is like street wide between you and the temple.
How wide's the street?
1
carts worth.
I couldn't understand either of you.
2 carts worth.
So like 8 feet? Or like, well, I guess maybe 16 feet.
So probably 20 feet at least.
Am I higher or even with the temple?
You are slightly higher.
I got this.
All right.
I mean, I can move 90 feet in around, so I
that's
back up
right. You have
as far as I can.
retreat.
Yep, I
How
back up
long
as
is
far as I
expeditious
can,
retreat?
and I yeet. I don't necessarily expect this to be successful, but Rizwan knows
Can
that.
you put that spell in the chat for me?
I sure can. It just lets me dash also as a bonus action. So 30 feet action, 30 feet bonus action.
Okay, and how does jumping work in D&D again? That's a strength thing, right?
Yep. You have to expend 10 feet of your movement for a long jump, and then you move however many feet times your strength modifier.
I'm pulling up the actual rules.
And there'll be special rules because of the type of fighter you are.
When you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. So I'm definitely moving 10 feet, so that gives me 20 feet.
Okay.
And then there's further stuff about you can make an athletics check and dexterity when you're landing and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, I want you to make an athletics check to try and, like, stick the landing. Because it's just, you can just barely make it.
So according to Raw, the athletics is to do it. The acrobatics is for landing.
Oh, okay.
Bad for me, because that's worse.
Yeah, give me an acrobatics check. 50 is not bad. You are just like a couple inches shy of like actually landing on the roof, but you are able to catch the side of it with your hands, and are just dangling for a couple of seconds before you're able to pull yourself up.
Does Zoe hear this?
Oh, yeah.
Wow,
How heavy
you're
is
fast.
this woman?
Which woman?
The Fae.
She's like maybe 130 pounds.
Well, I need to check some rules.
To as soon as she lands, Rizwan's like, "Wow, you're fast. Are two of you okay? I was worried about Camille there for a second. I didn't want another dog situation."
Sorry, dog.
Yeah, from
Hell out.
was that Marielda?
Yeah.
Okay, good enough. Sorry.
Zoe puts her on the broom and flies away at 30 feet a second, and she goes up.
I mean, I'm trying to grab onto the broom.
Leaving the witch in the roof?
No, she's taking the witch with her. The broom can handle 400 pounds. It's 200 pounds to the movement speed drop. That's why I had to check some math.
This is. I'm going to have you both roll initiative
I'm historically great at those.
to see who moves first.
Zoe's also historically great at these.
It's a race to the bottom.
And I definitely came in last.
All right, Zoe, you start to move the broom, or you pull out the broom and get the igloo on the broom. But that action is enough time that Rizwin is able to get to you and grab hold of the broom.
Yeah, I'll just like sort of koala underneath the broom and be like, "Good idea. We need to get further away."
That broom is not handling Rizwin's weight.
So what happens?
You can just, it's like struggling to keep itself afloat with Zoe and Rizwin and the Witch Queen. It is not going anywhere.
Okay.
At this point, Camille flies up on Ramil and sees Rizwin and Zoe and tied up Igwilf.
Am I with
Okay, hold on.
I guess that's up to Camille if he lets you on.
He's moving on his own. He is not trucking
So,
with.
wait?
Rizwan
wait
needs
for-
to
wait for
make a
me.
split-second decision here.
So
I
this is
guess
Zoe's turn.
Zoe needs to make a persuasion check.
Yes, this is what Zoe was going to do next. She was just going to go, okay, this isn't working. Time to go to my natural strength and explain to Rizwin why things are not correct. And hope that Rizwin's, whatever's happening to Rizwin, her trust in Zoe outweighs that. So, persuasion check?
Yeah.
Come on, Dice. I know you haven't been liking me recently, but this is what you do. Oh, wait! She has glibness up!
Yes, she does.
Yeah, it has not been an hour yet.
So that 3 is replaced by a 15. Meet a 30.
I feel like a 30 is enough.
Okay, so what are you trying to persuade Rizwan of?
She just wants Rizwin to understand that something is wrong with her and the others. She's not going to try, just basically go, this is what we're going for. People were not acting the way we would normally expect in a situation where we just captured someone. I realize we're trying to get the information out of her, but people were acting like they were her friend. And we needed to take care of her for that.
Above table, do you differentiate the others, meaning everyone, or do you exclude like Camille from that? Just for clarity for your conversation. So Rizwan can roleplay it authentically.
I think she goes everyone besides Camille. And she doesn't know about Kara, so she just says, and Kara?
Okay, so I don't necessarily want to insight that persuasion because I know I can't beat it anyway. But do I feel like Zoe is intending any harm to the Witch Queen?
You know Zoe will do everything she possibly can before going to violence because of her past.
Sounds like Zoe.
You like Iguil, but Zoe is still your best friend.
That's a really good roll.
That is a really good roll.
The thing is, you also know Zoe's not lying there. So the insight could even be that this is Zoe's not lying.
Because I knew what I wanted to do, but I don't feel like Zoe is pushing Rizwin in the correct direction for me to do that.
Did you want to go dragon?
What I was gonna do is say, yeah, I'll hold him off. You go, and I'll catch up with you in a minute. Because Rizwin definitely views Kumail as a threat, even if she's not charmed, honestly. But actually, you know what? Here's an idea. I'll roll another insight check if I need to. Do I feel like Kumail intends violence towards the Witch Queen? Do I even need an insight check for that?
Yes.
Alright. Yeah, I'll let go of the broom and square up with Kumail.
Rizwin, and he just looks at you honestly. Everyone here, except for Zoe and myself, is charmed. I saw it with a spell. I have no reason to lie to you. I have no interest in killing her if I can send her home. It's easier, it's cleaner. You may think I'm a monster. I'm not. There are real monsters in this world. You aren't one of them, I'm not one of them, and you know that. Trust Zoe and I to deal with this in the best way possible. Violence is a tool, but it is a tool of last resort in this situation. Also, I have proven time and time again that I am incredibly resilient against charms. Logically, it makes sense that I am not charmed.
I assume I'm just watching Zoe get farther away at this point, yes?
I think Zoe's made some distance. Like, so she can't easily be... She gets high enough so can't be grabbed, and then yells back to... We just want to send her home. I want her to be in a position where she cannot get access to the kids anymore.
I can promise you, I can do two things. One, I have a spell that will place her in a circle of power that will prevent her from leaving or using any of her abilities on anyone outside the circle. Two, and you've seen me use it before, I can use a spell to compel people to tell the truth. We can ask her questions. One of them being is, have you charmed anyone in our group? That will determine our future course of actions.
That's not a good question, because she just says yes, and people think it was you and me.
Then we can clarify the question, have you charmed myself or Zoe? Obviously, she can evade the question, but if someone is evasiveness sometimes implies guilt.
Rizwood is just not really acknowledging Kumail at all.
Then he just hops up on Ramel and starts hovering in the air. You can come with me, and he extends a hand, or you can stay there.
Is he going towards Zoe at all?
Yes.
That I attempt to prevent that in some way.
Here's when stop.
How do I attempt to prevent that? Don't have
Do whatever you want. He's not gonna do anything to
Sentinel
stop you.
anymore.
Fire, what were you doing?
I don't know. I run the best that I can. Look that there in the roof causing commotion. I don't have wild ships left. I don't have polymorph prepared.
Gaseous form?
I'm just. Huh?
That moves at
Oh,
10
yeah.
feet around.
Uh-huh.
So while you are standing outside, just kind of looking up in the direction that Camille flew, you hear somebody running. You look over and you see a shorter man with kind of like slightly pointed ears, hair kind of slicked back, a little bit of gray in it, running up towards the temple. He sees you standing in front of it and says, "Did you feel a tremor?"
Did I?
Was that the fight we had?
Make an intelligence check.
Oh, not bad for me.
Bones of the earth.
Oh. Yeah, that was me. Sorry. Don't worry about it.
It was you.
Yeah, I had a. We have something to deal with, but nothing major. Hi, I'm Fire.
Hi, I'm Arlen.
Oh, you're the guy.
Sure. I better go check on everybody while I'm here.
I'm gonna distract him all of I can. Oh, I heard so much about you. I need to talk to you about things.
Make a persuasion check, Fire. Oh, that's not terrible. Arlen says, "Can we, walk and talk?"
Yeah, sure. I will try to steer him away from where the fight was.
Okay.
Or where they currently are.
I will say that you can slow him down.
Okay, fair.
So I have one spell left.
Mm-hmm.
Zoe casts darkness on Rizwin so they can get away.
I will fly up when that happens.
So my next action was going to be attempt to grapple Ramael.
Wait, hold on. I'm getting confused. I know Kamel and Zoe are the ones not charmed, but Rizwin and Zoe are working against Kamel right now?
No.
The exact
That's
opposite.
what Rizwin thinks.
Okay, that's what Rizwin thinks. What Kamel thinks?
Kamel thinks that Rizwin has a strong negative bias towards Kamel based on her personal history and trauma with the Platinum Army. He acknowledges that, and he does not want to hurt his friend.
Okay, and what Zoe thinks?
Zoe has tried to reason with Rizwin, and she has not followed it, and knows that Camille is doesn't have an issue because they've been in sync with this is fucking weird. So she wants to cast a spell on Rizwin so she can't grab hold of Ramael and Camille, so they can go somewhere else and do this investigation that I didn't realize Rizwin had these, or that Camille had these spells.
Okay. Carry on. I'm sorry. I just wanted to have the picture clear.
So disadvantage to grapple Ramiel, I guess, in the dark.
Yes.
Okay, so just athletics at disadvantage, I guess.
Yeah. Still pretty good. Despite the darkness, Rizwan was close enough that she was able to grab onto Romeo before he took off.
Can I do one
Just
thing
barely
then?
hang on.
Well, I feel the extra weight just in the air.
I'm pinning his wings so he can't fly. And I'm
Okay.
shouting at Zoe, go, I'll hold him.
Release.
Wisdom.
Yep.
DC.
It's the 19.
You
I
feel
do
your
that.
arms let go. Yeah.
Then he shoots off up into the air after Zoe.
They just try and go somewhere far away. Somewhere. She lets Rizwan away. Candidly, because she's made mistakes.
Rocky Oak cropping out in the desert that we summoned the other hags at previously.
Okay, so you go really far.
Yep.
I mean,
You wait. To be fair, you are in the dark and you don't know what direction they took.
Yeah. I think that darkness is going to dispel fairly quickly, though, right?
Let me double check that. I thought it was. Thought I just saw 10 minutes, but I also could be crazy.
8 hours? No.
It's a 10 minutes concentration, and there's nothing that's going to cause Zoe to lose concentration, I don't believe.
But it is
Distance?
also only a 15-foot radius sphere, so Rizwan's able to move out of it pretty quickly.
No, it's cast on Rizwan.
Then distance away from the caster?
Yeah, so Rizwan is the
From
anchor
a point,
for the spell.
no, from a point you choose. I don't think you can.
Yeah, I think I was thinking light.
You choose on an object you're holding or one that isn't being worn or carried. The darkness emanates from the object and moves with it. Completely
yeah,
covering
so
the
just
surface.
like Rizwan's chest plate.
Yeah, because I'm like, wait, no, people use this to move around in fights with it.
Okay. So,
But doesn't Zoe flying away cause it to disenchant anyways?
No, it's a concentration spell.
Fire, can you link the shape-shifting rules in for druids in the chat, please?
Jeez.
I think it says equipment is absorbed into you, right?
Yes, so
it would still, the equipment would still exist technically.
Yeah, so that's a DM question.
God damn it! I just closed my book.
This isn't a dream. Interesting.
Yep.
I think it was optional whether or not it gets absorbed in or is around.
Completely covering the source of the darkness with an opaque object, such as a bowl or a helm, blocks the darkness.
Okay. So there is now a dragon flying across the sky at 80 feet around. How fast is Ramael?
So Rizwan does not trust Zoe. Zoe's 30, so...
I feel like while walking to the temple, Fire sees that.
Yeah, you see a red dragon take off from the roof of the temple, and they're just like trying to move Arlen's head away so that he can't see it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. How am I the adult in here? That's what Fire think, at least. Go ahead.
Just while we're running away and I see that happen, I just yell at Zoe, "You need to stop them because she will not listen to me ever."
In midair, they try and transfer... That they need to transfer the witch, because Zoe has to go back.
Yep. I'll just fly under. So at the faster speed, I'll fly under Zoe and just grab the.
Make it acrobatics.
Athletics? I'm just kind of plunking it from one position to another, right?
Sure,
This
I'll
is
give you
one way-
athletics.
This is a way to kill a witch.
Yeah, you can grab her.
Message me. I
I
promise
don't have
won't do it.
message.
I'll wait at the city gates.
I will do my best. I think you need to just go do this.
Yep.
Whichever it is, thaumaturgy or prestidigitation, Zoe booms her voice out and yells to Rizwin to come to her.
The question is, did Rizwin see Zoe purposefully hand off the witch to Kamil?
I can't see him not seeing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Zoe can only move at 30.
Yeah.
So the bottom line, I think Rizwin would continue to chase Kamel, but Ramael moves at 60, so she can't catch him. So I think they just fly away.
Well, Zoe can keep up at a better speed without the. She's back up to 50, so she is going to fall behind. But Rizwin, listen to me. Kamel is not going to kill her. Listen to my goddamn 30 to persuasion check.
What does Zoe notice about the city at this point?
It is still very early. It is like 5:30 in the morning. And it is very quiet, but you do hear a couple of shouts and see some people on the street pointing up. While this is all happening, and fire is heading off Arlen up above, Pert and Emma are still in the library. And the door opens. Aoife walks in with like two kids kind of koala'd onto either side of him, doing the sort of awkward, like stiff-legged walk of, somebody who's got a kid on their leg.
How far has Pert gotten through inventorying the books?
Not very far. There's a lot of books here. You don't see anything on like fairies. It's mostly temple history, stuff to do with Ayun, prayer books.
90% of them
temple
are
finances.
90% of them are in the book.
Yeah. I think all of them would be in the repository at this point.
Okay.
But Aoife comes up with a kid on each leg and says, "Where is everybody else? What's going on?"
I think they got charmed. They bolted off, trying to have a fight over whether or not they were charmed or the charmer was the charmed charm.
Great.
Yeah, it was pretty annoying. I decided I'd rather catalog the books like Kamel asked before he started acting weird.
Oh, okay. He turns to Ambulis. Can you, can you take these two?
Have cat will
For-
kid sit.
Alma
Okay.
attempts to take the children from her.
Yeah, go make friends with the nice big kitty. And is able to foist the kids off onto Amulus. I'll go see if I can figure out what's going on. Are you two okay here?
I mean, I've got books, so other than there being children in the room, I guess I could try reading to them. Do you think kids like stories about the history of the Temple of Ioun? I haven't read most of these.
They might. Good luck.
Pert is going to attempt to do the kindly uncle trying to read a book to kids that are too young and on topics they don't give a shit about.
Make a persuasion or performance check. Oh, goodbye. Is that Ty going back to work?
That would appear.
Yeah, he's the one away. Please type me. Sorry.
That was accidentally a whisper, so it'll be a 17. Also, did Pert manage to get something into her mouth or not? The sleight of hand was a 20.
Oh,
Yes, you did.
17 on what?
I got a 20 on a sleight of hand, Quasta. That's all you need to know.
And a 17 on persuasion.
Or, yeah.
You are able, the kids are pretty tired, so you just are able to put some of them to sleep. They find your voice soothing.
The greatest compliment.
Aoife, running out of the temple, then runs into Fire, who is trying to waylay Arlen.
Hey!
Arlen, I was in the area. What are you doing up? And Arlen says, "Oh, well, there was a tremor. I don't. The city's not supposed to be moving today. I just wanted to make sure that everyone was okay at the temple." And Aoife says, "Yep.
Yeah.
We were just there in the neighborhood. Felt the tremor. Thought we would go check on the kids, and everybody's fine. You can go back to bed."
That's what I've been telling him.
Arlen kind of protests, "Well, I should maybe, I'd kind of like to see for myself." And Aoife says, No. It's really early. They're all sleeping. They just got back into bed. There's no reason for you to go and disturb them again. They're fine. I promise.
Hey, Ty.
Bad news.
We better hear you.
Bad news.
Bad
You're
news.
working?
Yeah, my load's finally ready, and I had to leave really quickly.
That's okay.
Be safe.
I can listen while we're working, but
It's okay.
Okay. Let me just finish this thought here. While Aoife kind of pushes Arlen back towards his home, he then goes back up to Fire and says, "Okay, what's happening?"
So we ran away with the witch. We defeated her, and she's unconscious, but she's fine. So I ran away with her. I don't know why. Maybe she's charmed or something. We went to look for it with Kamel, and Rizwin also run. And Kamel didn't. I don't know. Doesn't trust me. Maybe he is also charmed. And I just saw them flying away. And Rizwin, does he know about the dragon thing?
No.
You don't think so?
Okay, this is big news. You gotta need to trust me, okay?
Sure.
They're being chased by a red dragon. The red dragon is our friend. Don't be mean.
Okay.
Red dragon, friend. Okay?
Sure.
Sure. I don't know how to explain that to the rest of the city that saw that, but that's a future problem.
Well, I've already seen a red dragon. This can't be any worse. And he taps fire on the shoulder and casts fly on both of you.
Oh,
Says, okay, which way did they go?
that direction.
And the two of you
So
go.
the person of the temple just follow the direction of going away.
Yes, Aoife can be pretty persuasive when he wants to be.
Cool. We fly.
So there is a convoy of flying folks.
Yeah, I would say at this point, Rizwin is just going to go away from the city. She has no hope of catching Ramael, so she is defectively removed from this situation.
And what is Camille doing?
Doing what he has to, getting her out of the city, and he's going to attempt to question her, and hopefully it goes
But are
well.
you going to fly around until Rizwin gives up? Or are you just getting her out of the city?
I think he's just getting her out of the city for now. So if that's just a straight line and Rizwin eventually catches up, that's fine with me.
Okay. What was the speed difference?
I'm 60.
And Rizwin
40.
is 40? Okay. So Camille lands. You were going to the place where you had talked to the hags outside of the city.
Yep.
You land. You have about 20, 30 seconds before Rizwin lands for you to do something.
All right. I am going to cast this spell around her.
Okay.
If that's the case, Zoe will land 15 seconds between the two because she's 50. And we'll just try and get between her and Camille. Or between him and Camille and Rizwin.
So basically, I can invert the spell, Jimmy. So anything she cannot leave the circle, and she cannot do anything to people outside the circle anymore, magically or otherwise.
Okay. Okay. Casting time is 1 minute, so you are halfway through the cast by the time Rizwin lands.
Yep, he's just drawing sigils on the ground.
Would you like to do anything, Rizwin?
I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
Would Rizwin trust Zoe to tell her just to let him cast a spell?
Would the charm allow that?
Yeah.
Sure.
She is still your best friend. And around the time that Camille finishes the cast, Fire and Aoife Superman flying through the air, land nearby as well.
Hello.
Okay, can somebody please explain what's going on?
Point at Rizwin and Fire. They're charmed. They think we're charmed.
I say the same thing in reverse. Fire actually says that.
Rizwin is convinced I'm probably going to kill her.
Bridge of his nose.
And I have
Are
no
you?
intention of- Only as a last resort. A very last resort. I would much rather send her back where she belongs.
Okay. Aoife You see Aoife cast a spell. And just take 15 seconds to kind of look through all of you, and he says, okay. Did she cast something?
They just started acting strange.
Multiple things during the fight, but none that I can remember. She was invisible from some point, so. Mm.
Okay, well, I guess we can hear what she has to say.
And we can also cast a spell that will compel her to tell the truth. Obviously, one can be evasive with your answers, but better than nothing.
So I guess we just wait then for her to wake up?
I gently I can cross the barrier. She can't cross the barrier, so I shake her awake.
Okay. Is she still bound, gagged, and blindfolded?
Yes. I will remove the gag.
Okay.
Now that she can't cast a spell outside of the circle. I'll remove the blindfold.
Okay.
And I'll prop her up into a sitting position on a convenient rock.
To know the picture clear, Rizwin is with us, right?
Yes.
And she's a dragon?
Maybe?
She's
I
still
don't know.
dragging?
I don't know how the willing transformation works.
I guess I could have transformed back at this point.
Okay.
I am not. I don't know. I'm removing Rizwin from the situation, I guess, for the most part.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't know how to convincingly roleplay being charmed while also not causing problems.
So he holds Rizwin's hand.
And as she's waking up, I cast Zone of Truth.
This spell during the first time on a turn starts the turn. They must make a charisma saving throw. What is your
19. I will know if she succeeds or fails.
Okay. Oh, that was to GM. No, it wasn't.
No.
It says GM.
I will cast it again since I know she succeeded. Damn it.
She is woken up and is aware of the situation and has not said anything yet, but she just gives you the stink eye as you cast it again and she saves even harder.
Well, we'll do this the hard way. Hello. The children are fine. We were never going to hurt them.
No, you were just going to take them away from me
And return
and let them
to
back
their loved
into.
ones.
They have no loved ones.
Cammy the Elder, the little children in the pipes, their friends, their brothers, their sisters. They had loved ones.
All children living in squalor in the pipes of this awful city.
And we were working to help them and to give them a choice to have a better life. You, ma'am, took their choice away.
I did no such thing.
You charmed them, just like you charmed my friends. Is that not true?
I gave them food and shelter. I gave them love, and they chose to stay. How surprising is that?
Did you charm them? Yes or no? Did you take their free will away from them?
This is the DM thinking about how to respond to this.
And he's keeping a very level tone. He's not being angry. He's not being hostile. He's just calmly pointing out the facts from the other side.
She says, yes, I charmed them. I charmed them with gifts and love and the basic necessities of life.
And magic. Yes?
I did not cast any spells on them. I did not have to.
Can I roll an insight on this whole conversation?
Yeah, can I roll an insight?
I trust her, but also I'm a lying detection machine.
Both of you get the sense that she's telling the truth. Fire, you know that there's a difference between spells and non-spell magical effects.
So I pipe down. Well, just to be clear on the word we're saying, I know, friend, you're correct, but would you say that also spells and other magical effects you can do? We all can do things magical without being a spell.
She looks at you, Fire, and says, many people find me pleasant.
That makes sense.
I'm not sure why I should apologize for that.
Because you're not giving them choice. You have not given my friends choice to find you appealing. You forced it on them.
You have not given anyone choice to find you
unpleasant, brusque, angry. Yes, I am all those things. That as well.
Yes,
sure.
That is a thing that you put out into the world.
And I'm
you do not give them the choice.
I don't force it on them. And if I know I'm causing offense or hurt, I try to remedy the situation.
But you still are who you are.
To a degree, but we can all change. We can all realize our faults and work to grow and rise above them.
You still... Humans are such naive creatures. You still force your person upon the world. You force your will upon those around you.
How about this? You tell everyone who your presence has been imposed upon the truth. Tell the children, you tell my friends. You let them make their own choices. If they choose to go, let me finish. If they choose to go with you, children, my friends, anyone, I will let them. All I ask is that you give me your word you will do everything in your power to keep them safe, happy, and healthy. If you do not, I will find you. And you will not want me to find you. I think that's just as you would do in my situation. Correct? If they want to go with you of their own free will, I will not stop it. But you let them choose.
I would be happy to let them choose.
You tell them directly what happened with them first.
She kind of laughs and says, tell them what? And at this point, Aoife pipes up and says, do you even know what's going on?
Who's Aoife directing that at?
Like Wilf. She looks at him. Do you know that, like, you're charming people? Like, and she takes a second and says, there are many powerful beings in my plane and yours that have a certain aura about them. That aura is part of who they are. And those of us with more magical tendencies, that aura tends to present as magic. And Aoife says, can you turn it off? And Igwilf says, I cannot turn myself off any more than he can, pointing at Camille.
Actually, he can turn himself off. It's just not very common.
He has an aura that turns on and off. They can do that.
I can offer my protection to others at my free will. I can deny it to them, or I can give it to them.
Ooh, maybe we need to do some sort of teaching moment, and we teach her how to do the thing.
I was going to say, Camille could show her that he can turn himself on and off with the angel mode.
No, he's not going to get dangerous. My power is granted to me by being higher than either of us. I find it hard to believe that any being can't moderate their own power. In the same way one can moderate how fast you breathe, or how much food you eat, or what you like to eat. I think you just haven't applied yourself and tried. Because why would you? You haven't thought of it before. Why would you consider eating steak when all you've ever eaten before was chicken? Perhaps you need to look inside yourself. Take a good long look at who and what you are to understand yourself and what you're capable of and incapable of.
I know myself. I know that I am a very powerful being, but apparently not powerful enough to beat the lot of you.
That was a hell of a fight.
I'm giving you an opportunity.
Will you let me finish?
Gestures at her to continue.
I love those children. From the bottom of my heart, I love those children. I want them to be happy and healthy. I want them to feel loved. And yes, I want them to love me back. Who wouldn't?
Can I draw an insight on that?
Sure. And I will do anything in my power anything that I can do to keep them safe. And if they want to be close to me, then I will do anything in my power to keep them there.
What about the ones that are left behind? The ones who are going to hurt and cry because they no longer see their friend or their sibling or their best friend.
Then I will bring them to me too.
And what happens when they grow up and no longer want to be around you? Decide that.
It is not the first time that has happened.
And what happens?
And I would be very sad. It is unfortunate, but there are always other children that need help and love.
Is she sincere about her willingness to protect them?
Make an insight check.
I roll a 24 on that.
She certainly seems to believe it. Aoife, I think. Actually, no, Aoife doesn't say anything at this point.
I have a couple of questions, if I may. So one of them is what Kamal was saying, like, what happens when the kids grow older? Like, they're just gonna be able to just go on their merry life and have their own lives?
If they wish to, yes.
And are you going to teach them and train them so they can live productive adult lives?
Yes, of course.
Other question.
Was that a tremble in Jamie's voice or was that a tremble in her voice?
The 17 insight. I don't think it's a stretch for Camille to put, like, this is a very powerful fae that has probably been alive for a very long time and maybe is not the best equipped to teach kids about modern life.
So you'll teach them how to do their taxes, how to get a job, how to find a trade, how to
I raised my hand.
Let me finish. How to deal with heartbreak, how to deal with loss, how to deal with teen angst. You're prepared to deal with all of that.
I will teach them everything that I can, everything that I know, and anything that I don't know. I will find someone else to help them.
Might I offer a compromise?
Wait, hold on. Let me a second.
Okay.
First, could you teach what is taxes?
It's money stuff, Fire.
Oh, okay. I wanted to know. Let's step away on the question of the kids right now. How did you get here? I know you are from the Fae, right? You are not like a kind of powerful Fae.
I
How
come
and why?
from a place you call the Shadowfell.
Mm-hmm. And you wanted to move places?
Yes. It is an awful dead place.
Well, with that name, it sounds awful. So you're staying here in this city? Do you like it?
It is acceptable.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we also talked with the River Baron, and he might be striking some sort of deal as to work here. So, maybe.
You would offer him a deal.
I mean, not me. Not me.
Yeah.
I'm a dumbass, but she did.
Who's she?
I point at Zoe.
Zoe waves her hand.
You would offer him a deal. Him. And yet condemn me for taking care of your city's children.
Actually, before Fire got on his tangent, I was about to suggest a compromise. We have a large sum of money saved up. I offer you this. Stipulation 1, you work with Camille the Elder to keep those children safe. You answer to her to keep those children safe. You will use your powers to keep those children safe. We will provide housing for those children, money for education, money for food. You can be around your children. You can bring in any wayward orphans who choose to live with you. However, you will not force them to stay. If they choose to leave because they don't like it, they are angry and petulant and don't like the rules, or if they don't like the smell, they can leave freely. But you work with her. You work with a denizen of this city to provide a safe space for all the children who don't have a family anymore.
So you want me to keep doing exactly what I was doing?
Under the supervision of someone who I trust and respect, yes.
At this point, Aoife pipes up and says, can we have a little powwow over here?
Okay.
I think it's always on the side of the. This is not going to work because she'll just charm everyone around her to be like, "Yep, she's doing good."
Yeah. So Aoife pulls aside Roswin and Zoe and Fire and Camille for a little huddle. Are we sure this is a good idea?
No.
Short of banishing her, I don't know. And if the banishment doesn't work, then I don't.
I honestly think it's a really good idea what you pull off, Camille.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to kill her. I will if I have to. I don't want to.
I mean, I will say the kids were well taken care of. It's not like there were bodies in the basement that we could find.
But
like, I think she's telling the truth that she wants to take care of the kids.
But she is a beacon that won't turn off. You're right. So how does one moderate that? I don't know if one can.
I don't know if we have to. Like, I understand the idea of like we need to control what is quote unquote wrong, but
Fire,
that's
you're charmed.
No, but I still feel like okay, maybe I'm charmed. But before we arrived here, I also said I didn't want violence. I'm always up to let's not kill everyone. I was gonna make another argument, but I would shut up because I feel like those the charm talking.
So, about the children, did any of them look pale? Like they had been kept inside? They weren't getting sunlight. They weren't being properly taken. Like they were. She was keeping them close and secluded with her.
So, actually, Aoife would say, well, yeah, they look pale. All the kids that live under the city look pale.
I think
But they've been with her for a while. If she was going to treat them that way, they would start to show color.
Yeah, that's fair. Human skin has a tendency to brown up rather quick when exposed to sunlight, especially in the desert.
So we stipulate that she has to let them outside every couple of hours?
No, that shows that she's keeping them as trophies, not as children.
Yeah. How did they look, Aoife? You saw more of them than we did.
well-fed, clean, better than most of the kids that live under the city look.
Maybe we can set up some sort of trial period.
And she just goes to ground. Aoife, do you know of any way of binding a Fae to an agreement? In your book?
Um,
Like a Gaius
Yeah.
or something like that?
no, that's actually a really good idea. Fuck.
Uh, I could. I cannot do it right now, but I could bind her magically to follow my command for up to a year.
Aoife looks at Zoe and says, "You want to help me write a contract?"
Okay.
I mean, we can do both of them. How about the three of you go entertain our guest for a while me and Zoe work something up?
Okay. I think. Well, we'll walk. I say to Kamal. I think we could say like the Son of Thrones kind of thing. Like, be willing to do that. Just so we're sure, and we will be now sure. I don't know words.
He just looks at Fire kind of sadly and nods.
Aoife is asking for Zoe's help, and he says, like, I haven't done this in a really long time. Aoife is going to write a binding contract.
Hey Zoe, is Pert still in your book?
I might not be able to answer you.
I realize, yeah.
I feel like contract thing would be with a paired thing, but also yeah, sorry, you're away.
Yeah.
I think it's also because Zoe actually knows what he is and has shown trust with him before.
Mm-hmm.
Is Pert in Zoe's
I
book?
don't know. I can't look what's in the book, and I'm pretty sure the only one in the group is Rislin.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought it was.
I can double check, but I think Ty is right. Vanya, Pert's dad's in the book.
No, that one got dropped. I don't know why that didn't get updated. That was the one she dropped to add him into it.
I am perfectly willing to workshop as a unit what this contract says.
I think Camille would fight for the stipulation that Camille, the elder, is in charge and has to approve any actions taken by the Witch Queen.
Only if we can somehow write a contract so she can't charm her.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you do that, you also need to ensure her will be on that contract.
Yeah.
Aoife will point out that there is no. They have seen no indication that she is able to control that charm effect. That might not be a thing that they can stipulate. Like it.
That's the common will voice that is his biggest sticking point is her inability to control her powers.
Well, I would say, and so what?
Is there a way to suppress her powers?
No, but I mean, if she cannot turn off the charming, she is charming. Well, that's it.
And what happens if we come back a year from now and she's Empress of Aquilonia? Because it was the right thing to do to protect the children.
Well, at least the children will be happy.
If she's doing it a good job, I don't see the issue.
Fire, you're charmed.
I forget that. Sorry. I feel like I should have valid opinions, even so.
For the greater good is not a valid reason to do something. For the greater good.
I don't know. Do we just what happens if we send her home?
She got here. Can't she just come back?
Not without great difficulty, one would assume.
Also,
Wait a minute.
Oh. Looks at Aoife sideways.
Aoife is going to go up to Camilla and put out his hand and say, "Give me your key."
It's Camilla.
God damn it. Egg Wolf. She looks at him defiantly.
What's the key?
That's how she got
to,
here.
To get to a plane, you have to have something that will take you there. You can't just go to any plane that you want.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Please give it to him.
I sacrificed a lot for this. I will not give it up.
Then we're done here, and you're going to go home.
Wait,
She
is this
looks
a
at-
key? Wait, hold on. Is this a key to get to this plane or to this
Yes.
Shadowfell?
To here.
Why would you keep a key to come here again?
To escape the
I think.
Shadowfell. She doesn't want to be there, right?
No, I mean, yeah, I mean to her. Like, why would you want to keep her? Like, it's like a ticket for a ride that you already did.
You all have proven yourselves to be very capable in certain forms of magic. I would hate to get trapped in a place I don't want to be.
Was that coming off as a threat, Jamie, or?
Yeah, kind of, well, just very. Very adamant that she doesn't want to give up that key.
Then we're at an impasse. Zoe, how much longer do you need?
An hour minus whatever it's been.
It's probably been like 10 minutes. So your thing will be, your short rest will be finishing about the same time that this, like, You're gonna have like 2 rounds before Camille's spell expires.
Wait. So what are we doing then?
She refuses to give up her key. We don't want her to have it because... Gestures at Eva to explain because I have lost the thread.
He actually pulls a tuning fork out of his pocket and flicks it with his fingernail, and it radiates a really like pure sound. And he says, "She'll have one of these. As long as she has it, she can find her way back here."
Oh, what David is saying. Make it
Mhm.
as part of the contract that she gave us to the thing. But like, are we still assuming that we're doing some sort of contract with her? Why do we care if she can come back?
That's the point, is we want to ensure that she remains here.
But that's a key to coming here. That's not a key to going anywhere else.
But if she leaves, she might not be able to find her way back. She won't be able to find her way back.
Why do we care? I don't understand.
I'm assuming the assumption here is if we can't organize it so that she doesn't charm everyone around her, we're just going to send her back to the Shadow.
Exactly. Because we can't trust that she won't abuse her power, even unintentionally.
I feel like there is some sort of lesson here of a creature with some powers being afraid, that makes the people afraid that they might use them for evil, but that doesn't mean that they haven't done it for evil yet. Wink, wink, side, side, the whole thing.
Power, when you have it, it leaks out in everything you do. It's not so easy to just turn off.
I don't know. I will follow you if you want to monitor, but like I feel like it's kind of the same as the thing about dragons and the Platinum Army and all that stuff. Like they have power, therefore they might be evil. It's like, mm,
I can
We
make a contract, and if she's willing to sign it, I can stipulate certain conditions. We can try to make it as safe as possible, but a contract can't change who a person is.
And at her core, she's
She's a deeply hurtful person who misses her children.
I wasn't going to say that. She's not from here. As different as we all are from each other, we all have a common frame of reference being from the prime material plane. We all have a
but the
shared...
fact, but the fact that she's not from here is not inherently bad.
I'm not saying it is, but
So one thing that she will have to do if she's willing to give up that key to stay here, is it means she cannot make herself a known-ish entity, which would calm her down. Because if somebody realizes it and sends her back, she's trapped.
or if we come back and determine that she has broken her contract, etc., etc.
She's willing to give up part of that. If she's willing to give up that key as part of the contract, I'd be more willing to trust her.
But I think some of us are worried about the fact that it may be a case of a scorpion and the frog situation.
There's a certain point you have to just trust people, or nothing will work. We are a society.
I agree with Zoe.
You're charmed. I don't trust your opinion.
God damn it.
I think that she is dangerous.
We're all dangerous.
I know. No, I know. I'm just pointing out the fact I think she's dangerous. I'm not saying that's good, bad, or ugly. The fundamental truth is, if she doesn't agree to our rules, she's gone, and it may take her weeks or months or years to come back. I don't know how it works, but for the time being, we've removed the issue, and if it becomes an issue again, we'll deal with it then. She has a choice. She has a choice, and it's on her head which she chooses. She, regardless of what she is an intelligent being, so she can make the choice, and the consequences, good or negative, that go with it. So we can go and offer her the contract. If she chooses not to sign it, then we remove her.
Sounds like a good deal.
You hear Aoife scratching away on a piece of parchment in the background. It sounds suspiciously like keyboard typing.
And I pull Zoe aside very quickly. What do you want me to do if the banish doesn't work?
So I'm having trouble hearing everyone, so...
What do you want me to do if the banish doesn't work? I'm tapped out.
So the last result, he is badly hurt. We're probably going to make people angry with us, but my worry is children first.
Do you want me to stand ready?
I'll have 3 attempts at it.
Okay. After the third one, I'll do it. He does not like saying that. And you can, if you look in his eyes, you can tell he does not want to have to do that. But he will.
Aoife pipes up. Okay, so I have that Camilla is in charge, and Igwa will answer to her. She must act in the best interest of the children under her care, provide the necessities of life, education.
Her authority ends out at the boundaries of the domicile, orphanage, whatever it was set up. She will not seek to rule, control, or influence the city's politicians, bureaucrats, etc.
Okay.
Even in the best interests of the children. She can suggest political action that Camille can take, but she is not to ever take it directly. Meaning, even if she's charmed, it's coming through a proxy.
Also ensuring that she doesn't. She also cares for the well-being of Camilla.
Yes.
Okay, you will not take any children for their families or try to convince any child with a family that is good to them to leave them for your care. If a child wishes to leave your care, you must let them. You will relinquish your prime material key. You will not seek to influence or control city officials, bureaucrats, etc., even in the best interests of the children.
If it
I
would
got
be
another thing.
for the best care of the child to return home, you will attempt to convince them to go home. Because there's some kids that run away and go, "Oh, parents are mean," and want to go home after one day.
Yeah, also, I think it's important in case of parents or another guardian figure wants to have their kids back and the kid doesn't want, they will resort to a third party who's not charmed to
Mm.
decide.
Because I want her to protect kids who are in abusive families, but I don't want her just to be like, "Oh, the kid's better off me." Yoink.
Okay.
Pet
Jamie
says,
included that in your notes as dispute resolution.
Third party arbitration in case of
Third party arbitration.
Yep.
Pet also says, any child who grows up in your care is not obliged to give their children to you.
Mm. Okay. Anything else?
I feel like it's fair to put in the contract also that if she has any problems, we are willing to help her out. She reach to us, and we can help on the well-being of her, the city, and the kids. I feel like it's only fair.
I don't disagree with it. I just don't want us to get locked into a contract where, like, a shingle's broken and we have to come fix it.
Lot for the future.
We have enough plot.
I mean,
Follow.
she can reach out to us. The contract doesn't say we're under any obligation to do what she
Respond.
asks.
Yeah.
Okay. Aoife does a little more legalese, closes some loopholes, and gives it to her to read. She reads it and says, "This is acceptable. However, I want it in this contract that should these rules be followed, the lot of you and the rest of your friends will take no action against me and will allow me to live in this city with my children in peace."
So long as the rules of the contract are maintained.
I'm gonna want to check in on the kid. They got dolls that need mending.
Like, just to be clear, it's like we were not gonna do evil things against you, but we can like check it out how you're going, help you out if you need, and stuff like that, right?
Only if I ask.
We
You
cannot
may
visit.
visit the children on occasion, should this Camilla deem it appropriate.
Yeah, we're not the owners of whatever good that's gonna be. You guys are. We're just gonna visit, and not for a long time.
Aoife amends the contract and adds a whole bunch of more spots for signing.
Can we amend it that the third party arbitrator is Aoife?
Absolutely fucking not.
Why not?
Maybe he doesn't want to
Because
live here
I'm
forever.
busy.
Oh, if I say no, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
He does up the contract, adds a whole bunch of lines, and gives it to Camille.
I hold up my hand for the key, and once she gives me the key, I'll release the circle.
No, she's giving me the key.
Oh, fair enough.
Also, we should probably sign all of this before you do that.
Yes.
It's he gotta needs blood.
Figured. Pulls out a little stiletto and jabs his thumb.
It's my 5th time signing a contract. This is weird.
Hopefully, it's your last.
So, that leads me to a question. Does somebody have a nick on her finger from signing that contract in a dream?
Ooh, that's interesting. You probably do, actually. Or at least your finger's a little bit sore.
I'm more wondering if anybody else noticed she's signing beside an already nick.
It's pretty small, probably not. Okay. Does everybody sign it? Everybody that's here?
Zoe signs it. Zoe also needs to go across the border, so dropping out for a bit.
Okay.
Do we, just for ease of everything, have the others sign it when we get back to them?
Well, Aoife has spell slots to spare, so he says, I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm gonna go get the other signatures. Don't kill each other while I'm gone.
You have my word.
What are signatures?
It's that thumbprint you just did.
No, but Carmela and such.
Aoife freezes and then adds one more line to the contract.
Hope so, agree.
So he goes back to the temple to get Pert and Emma's signatures. Aoife just shows up and is like, hey, I need you to sign this.
Pert reads it and then argues that he would be better off as a third-party dignitary.
You're not the third party anything. You're signing the contract.
Okay, I thought I could, just based on the legalese phrasing here.
I think Kamel would have warned Aoife about Pert.
They've met. He knows what Pert's like.
If Pert takes it that Aoife is serious about him not being a valid arbiter based on the phrasing of the contract, Pert will sign.
Yeah.
Because if Pert thinks that he's not a valid, he is a valid third party, he sees it as a win for him to be a valid third party.
Aoife says, you were a part of the fight. I don't think she would accept that.
Okay. Pert
Hands
signs.
it to Emma to sign.
Pert helps with Malice's paw print.
Yep.
No.
Kara signs, just for good measure.
All the signy sign.
But then she also can't be the third-party arbitrator. God damn it.
Kara says, I'm not arbitrating anything. I have enough work.
Can I say, well, Aoife's doing that and we are in the separate group outside the city, I address everyone like, okay, this was stressful, and I feel like, regardless previous decisions, now it seems like we all reach a very good decision point for everyone, and I'm happy and I'm glad, and I honestly thank you everyone for being chill. I know it's not easy. I also will want things my way at some point. I just want to say, like, resolving things by talking sometimes take a lot of effort, and it's nice that we are able to do it.
That's why I wanted to be the third-party arbitrator.
I don't think Amil fully registers what Fire's saying. I think that given everything that's happened the past several hours, he is just emotionally exhausted and tired and
Fair enough.
staring up at the clouds, lost in thought.
I feel like Fire will go and ask if he can hug Camel.
No, Fire, thank you, but no.
I mean, okay.
I don't think I could take that right now.
Well,
You hear his voice. You hear his voice crack.
I'll be here whenever you want. That is from my end. Sorry.
Okay. Short time later, Aoife comes back, all the other signatures in hand, and he hands it to the Witch Queen, who looks it over, signs it, pulls out a little tuning fork, and hands it over to Aoife with the contract.
All right, then, let's head back. Ma'am?
Does she have any spell slots left? Oh, she does. And just like Aoife had before, she takes to the air.
Can anyone help me?
I extend my hand towards Fire.
Thank you.
Zoe is able to take Rizwan back on the broom, so Rizwan doesn't have to make another scene. Unless she wants to.
Nah.
I just realized we should have been recording this for Ty.
Hello.
David
You're
records
recording it
everything.
anyway? Oh, yeah, cool.
David tries to record everything. Is not flawless.
You all head back to the temple. It's still very early. There's not very many people up and about yet, so the street is still clear as you land outside and walk down stairs. In the library, you still find Pert looking through books, Emma and Melis and Kara, having gathered all of the children in the library now and are doing their best to entertain them, even though they're constantly asking, "Where's Auntie? When's she going to be back?"
Pert was reading them to sleep, remember?
Oh, that's right. In that case, they are all asleep in a giant pile in the middle of the room.
And Pert's reading weird tomes on church history.
One is like petting Melis in his sleep. Igwil's gaze softens as she sees all of the children asleep in the middle of the room. And she goes to the boy that was trying to kick Rizwan's shins in and picks him up, gives him a hug. I'm very sleepy. He says, "Auntie, you're back." She says, "Yes, I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Although it sounds like we're going to be going on a little trip this afternoon." She looks back at the rest of you and says, "I will take them to this Camilla once they have woken.
We'll stop by there and let her know what's going on before.
Technically, she signed the paperwork, so she knows.
Oh yeah,
Well, she knows a bit. He scratches his head.
and we'll provide the funds necessary to get you guys started up.
She nods.
I look at Eva. Do you know of any nice fixer uppers in the area?
I'm sure I can find something. How much money do you have?
How many thousand platinum do we have?
I kind of spent $3,000 or so.
Have about 15.
I don't know if that's going to be enough. Can you say housing crisis?
Well, we can start by renting a place. How's that?
We have 13, and I owe 6 for something else.
Was the 6
We
for
might.
your heroic feast?
No, from some jewels I'm working on. We might need to do another trip to Alcalara.
And as you all discuss your finances on your dwindling sack of money, I think that's a good place to end it for tonight since Ty is
Yep.
no longer with us.
That makes sense.
Well, you came to a conclusion.
Was it the one you were expecting?
It was on the list of possibilities?
Yeah. The contract was smart.
I wish Bert had been there, but I absolutely think that he was where he was going to be in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it could have gone wrong in multiple ways, and it didn't, and I'm glad.
Yeah, there was no right answer with that.
Nope.
That's part of the
Good.
rules of realistic stories. There are no right answers.
Damn it, I want more.